So, as we are in the divine feminine resurgency, the question comes up, in what seems like chaos. Um, the question comes up: are we a sick as fuck um, species? Is this just as that we are really, really, really that bad? Yes and no, because look, we have been tricked. We have been so tricked. So many, many, many people did not want this. They thought they were voting for the best world that we all want. Many, many people had the false hope in baby Donald Dump. They didn't realize his diaper was that full. They thought, okay, he's just a little bit macho, you know. But look, when you take all the ways that slander was created against Kamala, and you take all the ways that people's votes were suppressed by all of these governors right before the election, and you take 80 or 90 million 80 or 90 million people who did not vote at all. 80 million people didn't vote at all. You take all of them, and then you take this lie that has been well organized. It's not actually chaos. I've been listening to Robert Reich talk and Angela Davis and Alice Walker, and it's really interesting. They're very positive right now, actually. They're saying that this character of this extreme narcissist is having the effect, which is the way the polarity of this world works. Where there is polarity exists the divine. This nefarious character of the baby in the dumpster, he's pulling together the world in unity because people are joining together against him, right? So when you really look at all of the fake news that went out to really demonize both Hillary Clinton and then Kamala Harris, and then you see that the lie perpetrated against the people that government is the problem, when all the nations that have incredible democracy, peace on earth, and really, really serve their people have extremely eloquent government that's well organized and is voted in, and all of everything that is done by the government is chosen by the people. So the whole lie that the government is the thing you get rid of because government is the problem is showing that that's not true. Then now you don't have Social Security, you don't have help with people to have enough food, you don't have good schools, you don't have you don't have anything, because governance, that's our divine masculine, and we have worked a long time to have our divine masculine integrate with the divine feminine and be compassionate and create a society that reflects both values, right? So when you really look at that, the small percentage of people surrounding baby Dump and the rat in the dumpster beside him, it's actually, yes, they're very, very hateful and very, very greedy and very, very babyish, and actually there is a big quadrant of those little rats around him that really hate anybody of color and are jealous and want everything for themselves and want to have a white world. Okay, yes, they exist, they're real, and you can see what they're trying to do blatantly. Everything inclusive is illegal, right? Everything. So, but look, that is such a small section of the population compared to everybody else, all the people who are in the streets right now, all the 80,000 who didn't vote, all the people who were tricked by fake news, all the people who believed baby Dump when he said he was going to make the economy stronger, and they really just were desperate to survive in a better way. Look, it is a small amount of people who are the 1%. Who own, yes, these huge corporations that have caused our climactic, catastrophe where we're on the brink of, extinction. But if you really think about, oh, we've misunderstood. We got the whole story wrong. Some people had it right all along, but some got tricked. And this entire supposed chaos has been well organized over, wow, what did Robert Reich say? I mean, like 50 years, 40 years of planning to take over the country this way, the Republicans. So, and that's a lot of organization, and that's a lot of really nefarious thinking things out and working together as a team that the Democrats really should learn from. And the other thing to look at is that whatever is focused on amplifies, right? So right now, people are they are finally focusing on world peace. They're finally focusing on joining together. They're finally focusing on, oh, we can be a society like Europe that really takes care of their people, like Canada and Finland and Switzerland, and people where they have free college. Even Estonia, isn't it Estonia has free college? Germany, and free health care and lots of vacations and paid vacations, and we can have all of it. We can have all of it. And we have been believing that it's sinful to have what we need. It's sort of Protestantism in there, the same kind of Christianity that went and perpetrated murder on so many people is the same thought form that is like, what? You want your cake and eat it too? How dare you? Well, what else is cake for? That comes right out of the thought that you can have your cake just sitting there on a plate festering and covering with mold and you never eat it. That's disgusting. Cake's for eating. And everything in a life that makes a life good is multidimensional. You want love and health and healthcare and education and affordable housing and wonderfully high paying jobs, $50 minimum wage an hour, not 7, not 15. This is the new society, and it's inclusive of the feminine. And that's why they're so afraid right now. Baby Dump is trying to make this law go through Congress that says that anybody who's changed their name wouldn't be able to vote because we're going to question if they're a U.S. citizen. Well, who does that come down to? Women. Women are the ones that change their names. And Baby Dump wants to get women out of there, because when women and the feminine within the masculine is reflected in government, we have an inclusive society because all children are our children, right? All children are our children. So I hope that gives you a little bit of just a positive way of framing this whole thing and realizing it's not chaos. It's totally by design. But if you go even further into the bigger plan by the big creator and you look at that design, you see, oh, creator couldn't have found a better puppet to use in this game of shame on us for being so greedy for so long and as a country and so capitalistic. Shame on us. Let us see it right out for what it is: poisoning the environment, giving all this power to people with huge corporations, not standing up and forcing the hand that's poisoning our waters, and saying we will not allow it anymore. We want green energy, But the big creator, if you look at that, oh my God, Baby Dump is playing his part so well. You couldn't find a more ridiculous, charismatically strange, odd, off kilter, off the ball, like making up lies out of nowhere. Like, he literally is showing on full display insanity, right? And he is literally having the effect to pull together the world, which needs to happen. We have to come together as a world of all nations that don't fight, that work things out and share food and share resources. I mean, it's obvious as Baby Dump's whole plan works itself out with tariffs and all this, pretty soon, I mean, we're not going to have blueberries to eat with our morning breakfast anymore. We're not going to, see, the reason we have them every day is because the blueberries come from a different part of the world every couple months. So blueberry season here is just, they're just beginning to come up and out in another month or two. Then they'll have 2 months up on Blueberry Mountain at the Benson Place, and they'll be done. You want more blueberries? You got to go next to what? El Salvador or Hawaii, or it moves around the world in order to get those blueberries, right? So suddenly we won't have anything to eat. We will have pushed out all these people who have been keeping our country together, right? But look, we're waking up. So the big story, the big plan is you have this character who's so hilarious and strange and bizarrely, autistically, racist and misogynistic and greedy and pathologically self-obsessed and money-obsessed. So he represents our worst self. He shows it on full display. He gives us the gift of the boil of the American illness being lanced and the pus flowing all over as people are being deported for no reason, and he sets up his concentration camps and such. So it's very, very scary, except for when you look at the big plan and you go, okay, so the plans that the Republicans had all along to take over was very effective. They were really organized. That means we can be that organized. We, the people, whatever party we want to call ourselves now, I'd say Green Rainbow, we can be that organized. And if Creator could find a character so absolutely perfect in the role of the jokester and play it out in all ludicrousy for us to understand, because we're so slow, we're such slow learners, then there's a big story going on for saving the earth, for coming together as a world, communities in democracy. And I'm really, really excited about it. And actually, because you can feel the force. It's like sap coming up from the earth. That's what it feels like to me. Within the trees of us, the sap is rising up. And Angela Davis was saying she's just like, I don't believe in this whole thing, this idea that everybody's so, you should be afraid to live in this world now because you can see half the people are evilly racist. And she's like, no, come on, that's not what's really going on. They're trying to trick us to think that that's the truth, but we are not actually. That's not the demographics of this country. So stay out there, stay in it, and look, if you've already given your all and you've given to the world a huge amount, take a rest and do your meditation. Do your meditation and envision. Would you please just change the dream from within? Just sit around in groups and see the new world. I've got this plan that the whole world is paying a tax to Brazil. Yeah, why? So that they will keep their rainforests intact, as a gift to us as a planet that needs them, their forests, not to be taken over by McDonald's and such. The world pays them a tax for not developing, and then they can have the richest cities in the world, the most beautiful art and culture, and keep all of the forests. What's your idea? Like, how do we design the new planetary inclusionary coexistence? Okay, I hope that gave you some love for this day, and may you have peace at heart.